Yes. Samridhi, please introduce yourself with your family background.
Good evening, sir. Good evening to everybody on the panel. My name is Samridhi Talwar. I am from Delhi. I did my schooling from Mount Carmel School, Anand Niketan in Delhi, and I completed it in 2017. After that, I did my graduation in BBA LLB from University School of Law and Legal Studies, which is the main campus of Guru Gobind Singh Indraprastha University in Delhi itself. I completed my graduation in 2022. Ever since then, I've been preparing for judiciary. I have two people in my family, my father and my mother. My father is a senior accounts officer in the Ministry of Finance in the Government of India, and my mother is a teacher in a government school.
So this is the reason of opting BBLLB. Your father is the reason for opting BBLLB.
No, sir. I had commerce with maths in my school in class 11th and 12th. So I thought of instead of going for an absolutely different subject by taking BA LLB, I thought it might be a smarter option. And since my college also offered, I thought that it is better to take BBA instead of BA.
So this is your first attempt for judicial services, or you have ever appeared in any other state judiciary?
So I have appeared in other states also.
For example, which states?
So the first exam I gave was Chhattisgarh in February 2023. I could not qualify the prelims. The second was Himachal Pradesh in July 2023. I did not qualify that also. The third was Delhi Judicial Services. I have written the mains for it and the result is awaited. And the fourth was Rajasthan Judicial Services.
Suppose you are selected in Delhi and Rajasthan simultaneously. So which state you are going to choose?
So I would pick Rajasthan. There's a very simple reason for it that I have been in Delhi for the past 25 years. And I think it's time for, and I've had a very comfortable life here, but I feel I need to get out of my comfort zone to grow more. So my next chapter for, and the first chapter for my career, I would like it to be in elsewhere from Delhi.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
So coming to my strengths, I believe I am very gritty as a person. I'm very determined. I'm very consistent, and I'm very curious as a person. All of these, I believe, have helped me in my preparation also, and will help me be a to justice to the judicial office. My weaknesses, one of them is that I am a perfectionist. Although I have been working on it, and the process of judicial services and giving so many attempts and giving so many examinations and facing rejections or failures has been helping me combat this weakness.
Okay. Which subject do you like the most, Smriti?
So I've prepared all my subjects, but I enjoy Indian Evidence Act the most.
Is there any specific reason that Indian Evidence Act is your most favorite subject?
Yes, sir. So the basic reason is that Indian Evidence Act applies to both civil and criminal procedures. So I get to see the same law being applied in different contexts and different more wide variety of the application of the act, sir.
Okay, what type of this Indian Evidence Act is? Is it a substantive law or a procedural law or an adjective law?
So it is an adjective law, which is akin to being a procedural law.
So how can you define adjective law? Is there any other act which falls under the category of adjective law?
So I apologize, I'm not aware of it. I'll read it.
Okay. So can you tell me the concept of latent and patent ambiguity under the Indian Evidence Act?
Yes, sir. An ambiguity refers to a defect, and a latent ambiguity is a defect or a defect in a document which is not apparent on the face of the document. Only when we apply the facts of the document to the present to the case, we understand that a defect existed. Whereas a patent ambiguity is an ambiguity which is apparent on the face of record. While the Indian Evidence Act allows that oral evidence may be supplied or fact evidence may be supplied to meet out a defect of latent ambiguity. It bars taking of any evidence to cure the defect of a patent ambiguity.
What are those sections which deals with this latent ambiguity?
So may I take a moment to recall?
Yes, yes, please.
So from latent ambiguity, you're asking, right?
Yes.
So from 95 to 98.
95 to 98.
Yes, sir.
What is this section 98?
So 98 provides that if there is such a ambiguity in a document which relates to something that is customary or something that is a usage of a particular trade or a particular group of people which is not different from what is commonly understood, or the how a particular artisan uses a particular thing, defect that ambiguity can also be supplied for.
So as you know that Indian Evidence Act is not applicable to affidavits, right?
Yes, sir.
But the Indian Evidence Act applies to civil and criminal proceedings law.
Yes, sir.
But in number of times we see that the evidences in civil cases are produced on affidavit.
Yes, sir.
So why this is done by the parties, as the Evidence Act is not applicable to the affidavits and the evidences is given on the affidavits in civil cases?
So this is a form of an exception to the general rule, because this was also explained in the case of Ayub Khan versus State of Maharashtra, because the Code of Civil Procedure expressly provides that examination in chief shall be on affidavit only, shall be submitted only on affidavit. That is why Indian Evidence Act, the exception that it generally does not apply. This does not apply to civil procedure entirely.
Okay. If a person gives an affidavit and he gives a statement in the affidavit and that statement on a later state found to be a false statement, is there any offense the person has committed?
Yes, sir. The person has committed the offense of giving false evidence, which is provided for under Section 191 of the Indian Penal Code and is punishable under 193.
What is the maximum punishment for this offense?
So I apologize.
Is,
I
is,
can't apologize.
is this offense a cognizable offense or a non-cognizable offense?
So I cannot recollect it. I
Who
apologize.
can try this offense?
So I apologize. I cannot.
Can an FIR be lodged upon this offense?
So depends if it is a cognizable offense or not. But since I cannot recall whether the offense is cognizable or not, I can't properly
So
answer.
how a court can take cognizance of this offense?
So if it, for a non-cognizable offense,
For this offense, giving false evidence.
so
Because you are a judicial magistrate first class, and in your court, someone gives a false evidence,
yes.
right? How can you take the cognizance of this particular offense?
So there are two different ways in which cognizance can be taken. One is by actually going through the procedure of filing a complaint under Section 191 or 193 of the Indian Penal Code. The other is provided in the Code of Criminal Procedure under Section 340, read with I, if I can recall correctly, 344 of giving false evidence. So the magistrate can try it himself in a summary manner.
So who is going to file a complaint? Is the magistrate going to file a complaint or someone other file a complaint with
So
respect to the giving of a false evidence by that particular person?
So since it came into the awareness of the magistrate is also empowered to file the complaint, and the adverse party who is infringed by this can also, because that
In,
party will
in,
also be
in
aware.
which court, in which court the magistrate is going to file a complaint? Can a magistrate files a complaint in his own court?
No, sir. But
So
he can try the same matter under as per Section 340 of the Code of
I
Criminal.
understand he tried the same matter, but in which court he is going to file a complaint? Is there any procedure?
Can I take a moment, sir?
Yes, 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 please. You.
So I cannot recall it, but if you may allow me to try, I can't.
Yes, yes, please. You
So,
can.
since a complaint under section 2 of the Criminal Procedure Code can be filed before any magistrate, I don't think there should be an embargo on this magistrate to file a complaint in a particular court, and he can file it in any, probably his superior court. But I'm not quite sure. I apologize.
Can a magistrate he can take a suo motu cognizance without filing a complaint?
So, in criminal cases, yes, under section 191C, he can.
So in this case, there is no need to file a complaint.
All right.
There is a need to file a complaint.
I'm sorry, sir. I could not connect. I apologize.
Last question from my side. What are the rules of burden of proof under the Indian Evidence Act?
So section 101 and 102 define burden in proof, a burden of proof. 101 says that burden of proof is on the party that requires the court to decide in its favor. So basically, in criminal cases, burden of proof is on the prosecution, and
Samriddhi, which section deals with burden of proof and which section deals with onus of proof?
the
It is
100
section 101 or 102?
101 provides for burden of proof, 102 provides for onus of proof.
Okay. So what is the nature of burden of proof on an accused under section 105 of the Evidence Act?
So 105 provides for taking of general exception or any other defense. So the burden of proof is preponderance of probability.
Okay. So is there any presumption under section 105 against the accused person?
Yes, sir. Section 105 provides that court shall presume that the case does not fall under any exception or any proviso or general exception, and the burden is on the accused to prove that the case will fall under any exception.
What is this maxim, innocence until proven guilty? Don't you think this section 105 is in contradiction with this maxim, innocence until proven guilty? Because we are taking a presumption against the accused that he is the offender. He convicts the offense.
So I do not know the exact legislative intent, but if you would allow me to try, I have something. So,
Yes, yes. Please.
so the maximum innocent until proven guilty is provided to the accused because the burden is entirely on the prosecution to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt. However, is in every case, I believe the court starts to consider every general exception that would delay the trial a lot. And therefore, the presumption has been placed that the court shall not presume the case to fall under any general exception, and only accused pleads the same may be given, and that is why the burden is much less than that is placed on the prosecution. The burden is as in a civil case, which is preponderance of probability. So that is.
Okay, okay, fine. Sir, Mohit, sir, please.
Okay, Samriddhi, you told us that you are from Delhi. Can you tell me what is the difference between National Capital Region and Delhi? Are they the one and same thing?
Delhi is. NCR includes regions from different other states also that are bounding Delhi, including Rajasthan, including UP, and Punjab. Yes, and NCR was essentially created because Delhi had an issue of overpopulation, overcrowding, and lack of the facilities and the services could not be easily meted out. Administrative issues
Which
were.
part, which part of Rajasthan is a part of Delhi NCR?
So two districts of Rajasthan are part of NCR. One is Bharatpur, the other is.
Okay, recently Delhi Municipal Corporation Act was in news, and Supreme Court has made some observation over it. Can you tell me what was the issue all about, and what are the elderments?
Was regarding the appointment of aldermen are certain authorities which are certain persons who are appointed under the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act. And the issue was who has the appointing power of the same, and whether the LG can do this or can appoint them without the aid and advice of the Council of Ministers. The Supreme Court in this case held that the LG can, since the Delhi Municipal Corporation Act provides that the LG has the authority to appoint the aldermen, and Article 239AA of the Constitution states that where expressly power under any express statute, power is placed on the LG to act solely on his own discretion, LG is so authorized. So that is why the Supreme Court held that Section 3 empowers the LG to act on his own accord.
Okay, that was correct. Okay, you told me two words that were related with your studies. One being the Anand Niketan. There was a word Anand Niketan. It is related with one more thing and one more kind of literature. Can you tell me what is Anand Niketan all about? Okay, you mentioned Indraprasth.
Yes.
So, what is Indraprasth and what was Khandavprasth according to the mythology of India?
I'm aware of the trust.
You are not audible, actually, Samriddhi. Is there any internet issue out there? Okay, okay. Yes.
So I'm not aware of Khandaprast, but I am aware of Indraprasth. Indraprasth
Okay.
was the old name for Delhi, and it was held to be the capital that Pandava established in the Mahabharata after they came from their exile. And that is why Delhi also has a place called Indraprasth even now.
Okay, you mentioned that you have done commerce with maths. In commerce, we are having debit and credit, two things. And debit is mostly used when money comes in, and credit in accounts is used when the money goes out. But when the money is provided in our account, then the message comes that money has been credited to your account. Why this is in opposite to the actual thing which we are reading in the accounts? What?
I apologize, I'm not aware of it, sir.
Okay. Recently, Government of India has asked for making NARCL, asset reconstruction companies. What are they?
Allow a child.
Your voice is not audible. Sorry.
I think, Samridhi, there is an issue of your fan. I think there is a fan running behind you or in front
Give
of
me a
you.
moment, I'll fix it.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Is it better now?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's better.
Thanks.
Okay, tell me one thing. Why is a financial year 31st March and 1 April? Why not 1st January and 31st of December?
I apologize, I'm not aware of it. I'll read upon it.
Okay, tell me one last thing. What do you mean by CRR, SLR, and the marginal rate, and what is the difference between them?
So I apologize. I lost touch with accounts in class 12, and ever since then, I have not been doing accounts. So I apologize. I'm not aware of it.
Okay, there was recently a hue and cry for Article 31C and the Supreme Court recently. What is Article 31C related with?
So Article 31C provides that Article 39B and C, which are directive principles of state policy, will have more prominence over will override any application of Article 14 and Article 19.
Your voice is not audible, so I think there is a technical glitch, I think.
So
Can you mute yourself and unmute again?
yes. Is it better now?
Okay, tell me what is.
So Article 39C provides that Article 31 provides that Article 39B and C shall override Article 14 and Article 19.
Okay, okay, thank you. Over to Nidhi ma'am.
Samriddhi, just tell what is evidential value of confessional FIR.
So, ma'am, sorry, confessional FIR is explained in the case, and the evidentiary value is same as any other confession that
You are not properly audible.
should I
You are not properly audible.
I think there is a network from your side.
should I rejoin? Is that
Yes, yes, please, you can join, please. Nidhi ma'am, please
Yes, sir.
continue.
Samriddhi, tell us just the concept of welfare state in Constitution.
Samridhi, there is an issue. I think there is an issue in your laptop or in your mobile phone. I think the voice is repeating again and again, right? You're not audible to.
सर
No,
फीडबैक बता दीजिए आपको बता दें
not an issue, Samridhi. I'm audible to you.
yes?
See, just your interview is over. We are giving you a feedback, right? You are good in your law, right? Your dressing is good, but there is a problem with situation-based questions. मैंने आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा था with respect to the false evidence. उसमें थोड़ा सा फंबल कर गए थे, थोड़े से फंस गए थे उसमें. Rest you are good to go. कम्युनिकेशन अच्छा है आपका, कॉन्फिडेंट है आप, राइट? और ड्रेसअप आप होके बैठे हो ऑनलाइन में, तो ये एक सिंसेरिटी आपकी शो करता है. यू आर गुड टू गो. मोहित सर, कुछ आप ऐड ऑन करना चाहें?
नहीं, काफी वैसे कोई इशू एज सच नहीं है. यू आर वेरी वेल टू गो, बट थोड़ा सा अकाउंट्स का बैकग्राउंड कम बताइएगा. अगर ऐसा कुछ हो, अगर आपको नहीं है क्लियर, तो मत बताओ. आप लॉ में बहुत अच्छे हो.
ठीक है
अकाउंट्स का जैसे ही आप ज्यादा बैकग्राउंड बताओगे कि भाई पेरेंट भी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ फाइनेंस में है, वो भी अकाउंट के डिपार्टमेंट में है, आपने भी बीबीए करा है,
ठीक है
So
sir.
I'll expect that you will be able to at least know debit and credit. Okay,
Yes
तो
sir,
इतना
yes sir.
बैकग्राउंड मत बताओ, फिर लॉ का ही बैकग्राउंड अच्छे से बताओ.
ठीक है
Okay,
sir.
rest all is good, no issues, everything is good. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about the technical issue. I'm really sorry. I don't know why this happened.
Now your
I'm
voice is
sorry.
very much
Now
clear.
you are audible.
I don't know what happened. I'm
That is
I'm
not
so
an
sorry.
issue. Your mock interview is very good. You are one of the brightest student, I think. जितने भी हमने अभी तक देखे हैं, तो you are one of the brightest student.
Thank you, sir. Thank
In
you.
every aspect, you are good. All the very best.
We are very
Thank you,
positive
ma'am.
with respect to you, right?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Best of luck, Samriddhi. कब है आपका इंटरव्यू?
Thank the 19th को है.
19th को है. So if you want to give offline mock interview in Jodhpur, you can, right?
Sir, I'm from Delhi, so that might be a little difficult for
You,
me.
you come in Jodhpur now for your interview.
So I want to spend more time. I'm a little underconfident with respect to law also, so I want to spend more time studying.
Okay.
So that's why that might be difficult, sir. I'm sorry.
Fine. Okay. Best of luck. Best of luck.